Chris, thanks so much for joining us.
Really appreciate you having me today. This is a great opportunity, and I'm excited to chat.
Likewise, Chris, I'm excited to talk to you because we're going to talk about Openly, which when I think about the insurance industry, there's so much disruption happening, which is a good thing. And Openly is right in the mix of it all. So talk about Openly and what the company does.
Yeah, so Openly is a tech-enabled insurance provider that works that sells high-end homeowners insurance to more of a mass affluent customer that sells exclusively through independent agents. And what's interesting about that is a lot of other companies that are in the insurance technology space that are more of the startup type companies, they've gone direct to consumer. What differentiates Openly is that we work exclusively through independent agents, and our perspective is that over the long run, consumers are going to want that choice. They're going to want that consultative approach that an independent adjuster or independent agent provides to a consumer. But carriers today, whether they're legacy carriers or startup companies, they're not providing technology and advancement for this space. So it's a great opportunity to get in and really make a difference for the agents that we partner with.
So talk about the background story of the company. How did the idea come to fruition?
Yeah, so Openly was founded in 2017 by Ty Harris and Matt Wilbert. Ty was the chief product officer at Liberty Mutual. He was overseeing profit and loss for their entire global personal lines and small business basically about $20 billion. And Matt he actually had done a couple of different startups, but was actually running an independent agency at the time. And they realized that the technology capabilities and the ability to scale agencies very quickly just wasn't there. And so the two of them left, and it wasn't a perfectly linear process, but they ultimately got to where they landed on that there's a lot of disruption opportunity within the independent agent space to help provide a more simple product that eliminates gotcha moments, that eliminates a lot of those different challenging parts for a consumer that has complex insurance needs that wants to work through the independent agent channel. And so they started the company. We went through the TechStars incubator program. Came out of there, started hiring some folks. We actually started selling our products in our first state in Illinois in October of 2019. At the time we had about 13 employees, and we are now up to right around 200 employees across 40 different states. Openly sells insurance in 18 different states, and works with about 5,000 different agencies across the country.
Wow. Yeah. And I think that's the key for the business model of when I first heard about Openly and why it was different is that, going through the independent agents, which I just know as a consumer, I like working with an agent where you can actually have someone and have a relationship, because when you have an issue, you like to be able to talk to a person and that's
Exactly.
part of yeah, exactly. So that's a big piece. So talk about, the plans moving forward as far as growth and hiring.
Yeah, so we're rapidly continuing to hire this year. I mean, it's going to be a continuing investment into what we're trying to build and what we're trying to scale up. A lot of what Openly's approach is that we try to use technology to maximize the experiences of all of our employees. So we're not losing technology to replace the human side of things. So we are continuing to scale up. So we have roles that we're looking at currently across our operational side. So folks that are in my organization, whether they're claims handlers or agent experience folks that help work with the agents every day. We've got insurance product, actuarial type roles that we're looking for. And then of course, we are a tech enabled company. So we're looking for great engineering talent. And so we'll continue to scale up, and we'll probably look to do about another 40 to 50% increase in total headcount by the end of the year. And the great thing about Openly is we are a remote first company, so we're not going to be we're not limiting ourselves in terms of geographic locations and things along those lines. We are open to anybody who is very inquisitive and really aligns with what the Openly core values are of just being empathetic and curious and really working well in a team in those remote environments.
Well, as an extension of that, what's the culture like? What's the day-to-day culture like working at Openly?
Yeah, it's a collaborative world that we work in, and I think that's one of the most important components of what we're trying to do. We really focus hard on pulling things out of working in silos, and we do try to bring people across different organizations. So you may have someone, and if you're working in the agent experience world and answering customer questions, you may be working with an insurance product actuary, and then a salesperson, and a product manager and an engineering manager all in the same day. There's a very strong collaborative approach. We're very, we joke around a little bit. We call ourselves a little bit on the nerdy side, which is it's a good thing. We love to ask a lot of questions. We're always, poking and prodding and trying to figure out, why, and is there a better way that we can do this, and can we challenge the norms a little bit more? And I think that's a lot of what we're trying to do. The other piece I would say is, we really try to resonate back to what are we ultimately here for. And ultimately, when a customer has a loss and they're filing a claim, it's that empathy and that urgency that we work with to get that claim settled as fast as we can, and really, execute on the promise that we're making with our policyholders.
Now, the job market out there is very competitive. There's lots of opportunities for people, which is a good thing. So why is now the ideal time to join Openly?
This is a great time to join a company that is scaling up, and we're still in a world where we're getting big enough that we have a great group of people that we're working with, but you're still going to have your fingerprints all over every aspect of the business. You're going to have your fingerprints on process, on overall direction of the company. There's a lot of we truly do go by the name Openly. Our leadership team is as open and transparent as we possibly can be. We meet with all of our team members on a regular basis. We want that closed loop. We want the feedback so we can kind of continue to drive excellence going forward. And there's a lot of really great career opportunities as well. So, as I mentioned, we're going to be adding 40 to 50% more headcount. There's different levels of opportunity across, whether it's in the same organization, whether same function, or moving cross-functionally into different type of roles.
Well, if you are interested in exploring opportunities at Openly, you can go to their company page on VentureFizz, which has all their job listings there. As Chris mentioned, they are hiring across all different functional areas. And actually, if you want to hear more of the background story in the company, I did conduct an interview for our podcast with Ty Harris. And through that, we talked the full life cycle of his background, his experience, and what he did at Liberty Mutual. And of course, the real background story and growth of Openly. So it's a great episode to check out. But if you want to check out their listings, go to venturefizz.com/openly, and you'll see everything there. Chris, thanks so much for taking the time to walk us through all the great things happening at the company.
Yeah, thank you so much, Keith. I really appreciate it. And if folks ever interested also in chatting directly with me, you can find me on LinkedIn and shoot me a quick note too as well.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. At VentureFizz, our mission is to share the stories of companies, their people, and culture. So if you're interested in more interviews with founders and executives in the tech industry, make sure you click on the subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching.